Hello my loves and welcome back on my channel. Today we talk about how to live in alignment with your menstrual cycle. We talk about the best foods to eat in each phase, also the workouts you can do, and in general how you can improve your life by living aligned with your cycle. Because men and women, we have completely different hormonal rhythms. And the society we live in is really built for men because they have the same energy levels every single day. They can do kind of like the same tasks every single day. But when we as women try to be the same every single day, this is not working for us because we have a 28-day cycle. We are aligned with the moon, and men, they have a 24-hour cycle aligned with the sun. And when women try to live like men, the same routine, the same productivity, the same output every single day, this is so detrimental for us because this brings us in stress mode and survival mode and completely disconnects us from our feminine energy. And the longer we are in this state, the more we feel tired, drained, anxious, and really disconnected from ourselves. And living in tune with your menstrual cycle really connects you to your feminine energy, and you will feel so much more creative, so much more flowy, and so much better about life. You can think about your menstrual cycle like the seasons of nature. Nature is pure feminine energy, and nature also has 4 seasons, starting with your menstrual phase. That is your inner winter, and it's usually from day 1 to 5 of your cycle, from the day you start bleeding until day 5. Some women also have a longer period, and this is where your hormones, estrogen and also progesterone, are at their lowest. And this is really your winter phase, where your body is rebuilding and releasing. Your energy levels are pretty low at this time because you are meant to rest and meant to recharge. And I think the most important thing we as women have to understand in this season is that rest is not laziness. So often we feel guilty when we take time to rest and to recharge, but this is exactly your power, because when you truly recover and give your body what he's asking for in this phase, you will feel so much better in the other phases. But if we constantly push against our natural cycle and want to be productive and don't accept like our low energies, and maybe you drink coffee and try to push against it, the worse you will feel, because there's a reason why your body is asking you to rest and you should listen to it. So what is really important in this phase is to prioritize your sleep. Sleep is super essential, especially in this phase. Prioritize deep sleep, naps, because your body restores best when you sleep. Let's talk about the foods for your menstrual phase. Here it's really important that you eat warm foods, so focus on cooked meals, on soups and stews, because this is really easy for your digestion. Everything that is cooked is basically pre-digested because your body is already low in energy, so you want to support him with good warming meals because they're actually super supportive in this phase. When you constantly eat too much raw foods, too much salads, cold foods, this is actually really heavy on your digestion, and because your body is already low in energy, you want to support him more. Also focus on iron-rich foods because of the iron loss from your blood. You can eat, for example, beets. Red meat is also amazing if you eat meat. And in this phase, many of us experience a lot of cravings, and this is because we have a very high insulin sensitivity in this phase. So focus on blood sugar balancing meals. This is actually my number 1 tip, because when you really focus on balancing your blood sugar, this will immediately reduce cravings so much. So really focus your plates on protein, healthy fats, a lot of fiber and carbs. Like when you have all of these components in a meal, this will balance your blood sugar. Try to include veggies in every single meal. Try to include protein in every single meal. and it will help you so much. And then another tip for the blood sugar balance is when you feel the need to snack, when you, for example, want to have the chocolate bar or whatever you're craving, then also try to combine it with protein or healthy fats, because this will actually stabilize your blood sugar. So maybe before you have your chocolate bar, you eat some nuts before, or you drink a protein shake before. And the more you focus on balancing your blood sugar, your cravings will disappear. Because when you just eat the carbs on its own, this is what causes you this crazy blood sugar spikes, and you have cravings and you cannot stop anymore. So even if you snack or if you want to have your favorite treat, focus on blood sugar balance. And then also, of course, it's really important to eat nutrient-dense meals. Like, this is always important, but especially during your period, you want to support your body with good minerals, vitamins, and all the good stuff. So eat a lot of whole foods, cook your own food, and make sure you give your body the best food possible. Because a lot of cravings are a sign from your body that he actually wants nutrients, vitamins. So the more you do that, the less cravings you will have. And this really prevents these mood drops and help you to regulate your hormones. And what is also super important in this phase, try to avoid fasting. Because back then in the days, I did intermittent fasting and I fasted every single day for 16 hours. And for me, it was so detrimental, because even during my period and in my luteal phase, I would fast. And once I started eating, I had like the craziest cravings and could not stop anymore. And this, again, for some women it might work, but if you feel the same, then avoid fasting during this time, because your body is so sensitive, and this can also spike your cortisol levels and stress him even more. So really support your body with good nutrient-dense food, and also have a breakfast so that your body is satisfied, because otherwise your body doesn't know when the next meal is coming, and it really puts your body under stress. So let's talk about movement in this phase. In this phase, it's really important that you just do very gentle movement. If you don't feel like moving or doing any workouts, it's totally fine, and really listen to it. What I like to do during this phase is really some stretching, some yoga, or also long walks. I love to do long walks in nature because it actually is so grounding and so calming, especially during this phase. We can be a little bit stressed and have a lot of negative thoughts. So when you go in nature, it's also amazing for your mental health. But really try to keep your workouts really gentle and really light. In terms of work and focus, this is a great time to reflect and journal. And I really try to keep my work on these days really intuitive and really light. I try to not put too much pressure on myself. And since I do that, I feel so much more in the flow and so much more at ease. So let's talk about social life in this phase. Your body is right now asking you to go inwards. And that's why we don't feel the need to socialize. We really want to spend time with ourselves, connect with ourselves, and rest. So enjoy low interactions, enjoy me time, and spend time with yourself. Make some cozy nights at home. This is what you need right now. And this solitude really helps emotional clarity. And I know we can be super emotional during this time. We have a lot of thoughts. And I also want to tell you that when you feel the need to cry, when you feel sad, then just do it. Because so often we think that showing our emotions or crying is something bad, but it's actually a cleansing process from our body. So if you feel the need to cry, then just let it out. This really cleanses your heart, cleanses your energy, and you will actually feel so much better afterwards. So don't push your emotions away and truly feel what you need to feel during this phase, because this is just all the build up from the other phases that just comes to the surface right now. And the more you release that, you will feel lighter and better, and it's actually healing for you. So moving to the next phase, the follicular phase, and this is your inner spring, and this is usually from day 6 to 13, and this is where estrogen rises and progesterone stays low. And you will really feel this fresh energy, this lightness, and also this motivation. Like in this phase, I feel always so inspired, so motivated, and because you really have like this creative, playful and optimistic energy. And also I feel like in this phase, like all this brain fog, all these negative thoughts from our menstrual phase, it really disappears, and I feel always so much clearer, and I really have a new optimistic outlook. In terms of food, focus on fresh, colorful meals. Try to eat a lot of different vegetables, different colors. This is amazing for you. Also, fermented foods are really great in this phase to support your gut health. This can be something like kefir yogurt, but also I love kimchi or fermented kraut, and I always take just small portions. It doesn't have to be a lot because a lot of people get super bloated from it, but even if it's like 1 tablespoon to your lunch or anything every single day, this is amazing for your gut health, and it really supports the good bacteria in your gut. And this really supports your estrogen, your metabolism, and promotes digestion and also lightness. In terms of movements and workouts, your body loves to move in this phase, especially after your menstrual phase. You just feel like you want to move your body. So here you can start again with strength training. Also, Pilates is great, cardio, dancing, all of that. And the rising estrogen also enhances your recovery and muscle building during this time. And in terms of work and focus, because you have this mental clarity, this phase is amazing for new beginnings. This is a great phase to start with new projects, to learn something new, to create something. I always love to plan my creative content and projects in this phase because your ideas just flow effortlessly. And in terms of socialize, this is a great time to reconnect, meet new people, go on dates, and also plan events. This is a phase where your confidence and your social energy rises naturally with the estrogen. And in terms of sleep, really keep a balanced rhythm. Your energy is higher in this phase, but still try to keep a consistent sleep rhythm because this is what keeps you centered. The benefits of your inner spring is that it boosts your creativity, your confidence, and also your mental clarity. So use it in your favor. So after this phase comes our ovulation phase. And I know that this is the favorite phase of so many women. This is our inner summer, and it's usually about day 14 to 17. And in this phase, we just feel amazing. Our energy levels are so high because our estrogen peaks and also our testosterone rises slightly. And here we have our highest confidence, libido, and also a lot of strength. We feel so good about ourselves. We feel radiant, magnetic, and are really expressive during this time. So in this phase, focus on hydration and again, nutrient-dense meals. Lean proteins, also lots of omega-3s are amazing. For example, salmon is great. Also lots of nuts and seeds with omega-3. Lots of veggies and fresh fruits. And here it's also really important to avoid processed sugars and processed foods. Because even though you feel so good right now, it can trigger the PMS symptoms later. Because PMS is often a reflection of the other phases from our cycle. So if you eat now lots of sugars, processed foods, it will show up later. Fasting is also possible in this phase. It's optional for you if you want to fast or not. But this is a phase where it might work better for you. But always, of course, listen to your body and don't overdo it. And this phase is amazing for high energy, intense workouts, HIIT training, stronger strength training, cycling, dancing, all of that. And this is because your hormones right now really support your performance, and you also recover so much more faster and feel much stronger. In terms of work and focus, it's a great time for meetings, teachings, also presentations, and also for filming content. For example, I love to film my YouTube videos during this time because everything just is more in the flow. I feel more confident and also feel like I can articulate much better. And because your energy is so high, you really want to express yourself. This is the best time to be social. So it's the best time for social events, to go on dates, also for collaborations, because you're naturally so magnetic and expressive in this time. So your inner summer is basically your most expressive phase. So embrace it, enjoy it, and let it fill your next season with inspiration. Moving on to the luteal phase. This is your inner autumn. And this is usually from day 18 to 28. And this is where progesterone rises first and then drops later. So you will really feel calm and focused on the first part of this phase. And then really sensitive before your period. Your energy now is more slower, more calm, more grounded. You slowly start to go more inwards. And for me, this is my most sensitive phase. And I feel like I have to also protect my energy a lot. I have to have strong boundaries in this phase because otherwise it will also bring me out of balance. You're also more hungry during this phase because your body uses more energy to prepare for the potential menstruation. Focus here really on grounding and again, very nutrient-dense meals. Root veggies, complex carbs, nuts, seeds. These are all amazing for you. And also again, focus a lot on blood sugar balance in this phase. Here it's also really important because otherwise we can have a lot of cravings during this time. Also eat regularly. Don't skip meals because otherwise your body is super stressed, doesn't know when the next meal is coming in, and you will feel out of balance. So have like regular eating times that your body doesn't have to stress so much. Also avoid fasting because your hormones really need stability, especially during this time. Also avoid too much caffeine during this phase because your energy is slowly going inwards. And again, if you have coffee in the morning, especially on an empty stomach, this will spike your cortisol, it will bring you into stress mode, and this is really detrimental. And this is also why so many PMS symptoms occur. So try to reduce your caffeine intake. If you really want to have your coffee, then have it after your breakfast. And that's actually also why I switched to matcha. There's still caffeine in matcha, but it's a lot more calming energy because there's also L-theanine in it, which also calms your body a little bit. So maybe in this phase you switch to matcha, but still have caffeine after the breakfast. In terms of movement, in the earlier luteal phase, you can still do strength training, Pilates, bear, things like that, like all those low impact workouts. And then later in the late luteal phase, I would do more like long walks, yoga, more really like slow exercises, because this all keeps your cortisol low and prevents burnout. In terms of focus, it's a great time to organize, to also finish projects and do more like routine tasks and really prepare for your winter, your resting time, that now you finish everything so that you can actually take this time to recover during your menstrual phase. It's always so satisfying to close tasks, to close projects before the winter time. In terms of social life, I really prefer smaller groups, cozy nights, and really just spend time with trusted people who make you feel really good, because again, you're so sensitive, and when you spend time with the wrong people, with negative people, this really affects you so much. So just spend time with your closest friends, with people that actually make you feel good. And because your energy is turning inwards, too much stimulation and too much socializing can also feel draining. So really listen to your body and do what works best for you. In terms of sleep, your body now is really asking you for more rest. So really honor it. Really make your sleep a non-negotiable, that you're actually rested in the morning when you wake up and don't feel already drained and tired when the day starts. And when you really focus on deep sleep, you will see it really reduces your PMS symptoms and also balances your hormones for the next cycle. So eating nutrient-dense foods, keeping your blood sugar balanced and resting here, this is what prevents the cramps, the mood swings, and also this exhaustion in this phase. Women aren't made to live in this constant state of output. Always remember that. That's really the masculine rhythm. You have seasons. It's a natural rhythm that keeps you balance and keeps you powerful, but only when you honor it. When you stop controlling, forcing, and constantly push against your natural cycle, you step out of survival mode. You step into your feminine energy. And this is when life feels amazing, flowy, creative, where you feel really calm, alive, intuitive, and so good about life. And the more we can connect with our feminine energy, this is really what makes us extremely, extremely magnetic. This is what brings us this inner spark, this glow. And there are many layers to that. It's about self-care. It's about regulating your nervous system. It's about the right mindset, all of that. And that's why I created my Glow Up Blueprint course, which is coming out soon. There you have all the tools on one place. And it really helps you to connect to your feminine energy and awaken this inner spark in you that makes life just feel soft, creative, and just so good. You can also sign up for my Glow Up newsletter, where I share all my tips and tricks every single month, and also of course keep you updated with the launching of the course. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and it would help me so much if you could follow my channel and also leave me a like.